Disclaimer. This podcast features explicit language and discussions sexual in nature. It may contain subjects uncomfortable to some. Please understand that the opinions shared on this podcast are not a representation of any organization or employer the host may be a part of.
Welcome back, everybody. We're unnatural to some, I think, right?
UTS, Unnatural-Some.
Yeah, I don't like that acronym.
Why not?
Sounds too much like UTI.
Well, it sounds too much like BTS, the K-pop group.
Oh,
Behind the scenes? Back to school? What does BTS stand for?
What does BTS stand for?
Well, no, for real.
No, I actually don't know. What does BTS stand
why do you look at me? Because it's a K-pop group?
for?
I don't even know who BTS. I do know who BTS, but I have no idea what it stands for.
Big, tiny sweeties. Bacon, tomato, and scallions.
Bacon tomato sandwich.
Bacon, tomato sandwich.
That's what it stands for. Bacon tomato sandwich.
BTS stands for...
Bring the steak. Bring the shiitake mushrooms.
So it stands for Bang Tang. I'm not gonna try that one, but Bang Tang Boys, and it's evidently translated to mean Bulletproof Boy Scouts. You know, BTS is a good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good that they went with BTS and not.
Well, they are a K-pop group from Korea that
Yeah,
got really popular in America.
I'm just saying, like, if their name was Bulletproof Boy Scouts, it would probably not go as well as BTS.
BTS with a T?
T as in Tom.
T is in
Bring the steak.
exactly. Well, that's not.
Anyways,
We
Anyways.
didn't gather around we didn't turn on all the cameras and gather around these mics to talk about K-pop groups now, did we? Welcome back to the UnnaturalToSome podcast. Today I think we're going to talk about some things dealing with Pride. It's Pride Month. It's time to talk about Pride.
Happy
Talk
Pride.
about trans Pride, kink Pride, BDSM Pride, Pride in Polyamory, Pride in just being you. And I think we should give our own personal, feedback on that, because Pride means something different for everyone. And anytime I have been to an event, Pride event, anytime that I've talked to someone about Pride, it's always about what it means to them. And it's very important to me to always talk to people about that, because Pride means different things to everyone. And that's what we're here today to discuss. And maybe we might have some fun later with some tie-dye.
We're tie-dyeing shirts, right?
Yeah, something like this.
Oh, you already did one?
This is not what our shirts are going to look like. It's going to say Unnatural-Some on them, hopefully. If all goes well, we may have some extras for those of you that support us and, those of you that are watching. But Pride.
Maybe if we do have some extra T-shirts, maybe we'll just drop into our Discord and just toss them out to a few active members. So if you want to become a member of our Discord and interact and mingle with us, maybe get some occasional free stuff, can't promise anything, then click on the link below.
Where?
Right there.
Right here?
Right there.
The link,
Oh, down here.
Click the link.
the below link.
It's the bell icon.
Ooh, that link.
Yes.
And I think the
Yeah.
bell icon makes them get notifications,
Yeah.
which you should click, by the way.
Always click that bell icon. You always want to get the reminders. You always want to be updated on when we get these new videos up, because I've been working my butt off on editing these things. So,
Yeah, you have.
and the Autopod has been a blessing. Thank you once again, ATO.
Is it ATO or ATO? ATO?
Tomato.
Tomato.
ATEO. Thank you.
And thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. We greatly appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're all
Also,
great.
thank you for our Ko-fi supporters. So Cringe Lord, thank you again.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for all that coffee.
So much.
Coffee.
That's
Kofi.
definitely gonna go. That's gonna be used.
Yeah.
We're avid coffee drinkers.
Yeah. Even though it's not like we said, it's just somewhere you can support people, but like
Yeah.
or creators. It's not specifically for coffee, but I love how it sounds. It just sounds like it's for coffee. Come to Kofi, buy us a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I think when they donate, it says like, buy UnnaturalToSome a cup of coffee.
Does it make the does it make the the little noise when you pay? I know that was a really bad impression of a cup being filled up with coffee. I know.
Oh my goodness.
I think we drink different coffee.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Oh gosh, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Kofi.
Okay.
No, we're here for Pride.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Pride.
What it means to us. And how it makes us feel. And yeah, just how are you feeling, because it's Pride Month. So like, how do you feel about that?
Have you been to Pride, Jay?
That's a good question. Have you ever been to Pride?
So this will be my first Pride parade.
Oh, that's exciting.
Very.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So typically, as you know, I'm typically a pretty big ally for the community, for the LGBTQIA plus community. However, the past few years, typically in Pride, like during Pride Month, I try to turn internet off and kind of not read things because, so first of all, one, I do see a lot of like anti-LGBTQIA stuff that I just don't want to read. And then second, it seems like every year there is a huge debate between the kink / BDSM community and also the LGBTQIA plus community on if kink and BDSM should be welcome at the Pride Parade. So, and it gets kind of heated between the two groups, and I try to like turn it off. So,
That's understandable. I know some people are kind of divided over that topic.
I totally understand. Social media is kind of hard to consume around Pride. I love the fact that there's a lot of, public, be proud of who you are. I'm in support of the LGBT plus community. There's companies like Bud Light that are very, very open about it and just promoting us and putting us out there more, which is fantastic in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
But also there's the other side of it, which you were just talking about, and that's kind of it makes sense to do something like that because it's hard.
I mean, corporations highlighting LGBT people the month leading up to Pride, is that really support or is that sales?
It is sales.
Mhm.
It is.
However, so I've seen this debate online. People are like, oh, they're only supporting us because they know they can make money off of us now.
Well, yeah, because we want all of those fancy rainbow things for our rainbow party. We want it to be all,
Pretty.
everything to go together.
Yeah.
But on the contrary of that, I would argue having companies realize that they can market Pride is actually a really good thing, because now when you go to stores, they'll often have like a rainbow section. So it's kind of like in people's faces more. It's becoming more normalized. I mean, every market, right? Every quote acceptable market is something that, sales agencies try to make money off of. So I see it as like a good thing. Like you're reaching that level. You're becoming more normalized.
Yeah, because like
I would like to see it outside of Pride Month too, every now and then, though.
True.
Yeah. Baby steps.
That's all. That's all my point was.
Baby steps. Like getting. I feel like it's good because we're getting commercials. We're seeing gay and trans content creators be in public commercials on public brands like Bud Light, like I was mentioning, and it's a really good thing because you see trans people and gay people more in a public eye. But also it's a scary thing because the more public you are about things, the more hateful, or the more public people are about being hateful. And it comes with, you know, its positive and negatives for sure. So, and no one's wrong on that fight, like on either side, as far as like it being helpful or being unhelpful.
I just hope there's other beers to choose from besides Bud Light.
I heard like Coors Light and stuff was getting on that bandwagon.
Okay,
too.
cool.
There's a lot of, yeah, I believe a lot of beer companies are jumping on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to only drink Bud Light, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. So in general, I've not.
Mhm.
Typically, I'm more like a behind the scenes kind of guy. Just
Mm-hmm.
I've been on a couple of different boards, do work leading up to Pride.
Mhm.
That's about it. I will say one of the major pushes this year is living now in Seattle, and then also the Pride board that I'm a part of now, I feel like is very accepting and understanding of kink and BDSM. And I know they're doing a lot of work to kind of bring more light to kink, BDSM, and polyamory. So that to me is more, I feel like, inclusive. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like, cool. Maybe it's different out here.
Yeah. I mean, at least like recognition in general is just cool. You
Yeah.
exist.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for noticing.
Cool.
So you've never been to one. How's it making you feel about going to this one, aside from like feeling like sometimes BDSM and kink can be left out of the Pride event? Because you're an ally, but also you want to be a part of it as not just an ally, but someone that is proud to be who they are.
So, yes, Pride to me is all about being yourself. And
Correct.
that's something that I've kind of, with my other experiences with like Pride boards, you know, they say like love is love, and then when they find out that there's this like kink and BDSM side, they're like, okay, love is love except for that kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't have room here. That really bothers me. So to me, like Pride is all about being yourself, love is love. The argument that kink and BDSM doesn't belong in Pride is people automatically kind of jump to the, oh, like we're going to see people being led around like dogs, and people are going to be naked and having sex and being whipped in the streets, and like, you know, my children didn't consent to that at all. That is one area that I do struggle with, because it's like the biggest thing about BDSM is consent. So how can you take that extreme side of BDSM and put it into the streets? However, the stuff that I've seen, I feel like there's people on both sides that will always take it to the extreme. Just like, for instance, in Seattle every year, there's forgot what it's called, but they do the naked bike.
Oh,
Right.
I know what you're talking. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, they have a naked
Is
bike
it a
bike race.
naked mile or something?
Something.
That's a movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, my bad.
But I'm just kind of like, okay, so if a child came across that, you know, they obviously didn't consent to that, you know, like, is that walled off somehow with like 15-foot walls?
Well, I mean, it goes back to what you were saying. Every group has an unreasonable person in it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, I
that
guess.
doesn't represent our community.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. And for me, you know, if I was going to represent the BDSM community at a Pride parade, I'm not going to be like wearing, you know, I'm not going to be on my all fours naked as a dog and, you know, stuff like that.
I think a lot of people go to Pride and they want to go there and like, this is my identity, and that like,
Yeah.
and I get that, but you know, maybe not be naked at a public event. You know, that's really
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like the big thing there.
Even when, because and that's weird, because at Pride I've seen so much nudity. Like, seriously, especially with the bigger city prides, like it's almost expected that you're gonna see some kind of like nakedness.
Yeah,
Now-
and I mean, and that doesn't bother me, but I
No.
I understand where it becomes a problem.
And I just think like in Pride in general, like we're just there all celebrating to be proud. So if someone wants to wear a collar and whip their partner, well, that is an adult space that we're at.
Yeah.
As long as there's consent being had, then there shouldn't be an issue. They're just celebrating who they are in a public space where we're supposed to be comfortable and proud of ourselves. And if we can't include other people in that, then we're being the opposite of what our cause is about. And that's why I'm just like, I get confused when you're like, when you bring up those, like how people can be exclusive towards the BDSM and kink community. Cause I'm like, that's not what our movement's about. It's about being included in society. The smaller, diverse groups being included.
So you're gonna spank me at Pride? Is that what you said?
Maybe.
Okay.
Don't ban us.
My first Pride was last year, Jay. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, I went to Pride up in Vancouver with Sapphire and her partner, and that was a fun experience. I went dressed up as a slutty police officer, and I had my paddle with me, and I was offering out free spankings.
Nice.
That was a real thing.
Did you get any? So you were actually doing some kind of displaying some kind of kink and BDSM in a way. Did you get any like negative looks or anything?
Oh,
or
no.
Were everyone like
No.
everyone was like super happy?
Oh yeah, it was fun. A lot of people were laughing and like offering out their fannies for looks. And there were a few female police officers that were there that were like, "Hey, what's up?"
Oh, that's wholesome.
Yeah, that
They're
was
like, oh, you work for my department, don't you?
Oh,
The special department of spankings.
yeah. So it's funny that you mentioned that because that's literally what I did last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to quite as fun of an event as you have. But
Mm-hmm.
I remember you telling me about it, and it's on like, oh, you went in Vancouver, so it wasn't on the beach.
Vancouver, BC. Yeah.
Nice.
It wasn't. It was. So the parade, I can't remember what the name of the street was, but it actually went by the water.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it was super cool.
yeah,
we
that
kind
was
of-
really nice.
We followed along down the road, and then we went and hung out, by the water for a little bit, then went down to the beach.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Have you never been to like?
I haven't been to Pride here yet, though.
Oh,
You should know that. We live together.
I know, but like before I met you, I didn't know if you've been to.
No,
any
yeah,
Pride
oh, yeah.
events.
Yeah, never went to Pride in Florida. So still, technically, I haven't been to Pride in America yet.
Wow.
Oh,
This is gonna be our first Pride event in America.
In
Nice.
America.
yeah. Cool.
That's actually really cool.
My first American Pride.
What was your favorite part about the Pride that you went to in Vancouver?
Ooh,
Spanking people.
Yeah. Probably the spanking people.
So, I was gonna say spanking people.
well, funny thing you mentioned. No, my favorite part was that we got an actual like location that had bar access that was like on the street. So, and it was like fenced in. So it kind of felt like we had our like own little private venue,
Oh, that's cool.
and we were just having our pitchers of drinks, and we had our flags, and I can't remember. I think there were beads being thrown. Yeah, I got beads.
Did they require the flashing of tits?
No.
Oh, free beads.
I think that might be like a Florida thing.
Oh no, I think that's no. Wait, I thought that's not.
You're talking about
Nolans thing.
Gasparilla,
I was thinking about spring break
but
every year.
Gasparilla, that's where all the beads,
No,
the
what?
bead parade, Gasparilla in Tampa.
No, I'm thinking about Nolans and
I haven't-
Mardi Gras.
Did you just say Nolans?
Yeah, that's how
Ooh.
they say it down there. Okay.
You've never
Okay,
been.
I'm
Whoa,
talking about.
wait.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa,
I have been to New Orleans.
You have?
so, yes.
How many times?
Like
Wait, what
like
did you say?
3 or 4 times.
I thought you said it was Nolans.
You told me not to call it that.
You're so obedient.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh jeez.
Well, so my experience is Gasparilla in Ybor. Right?
Oh. So
Near
it's kind of like
Tampa?
a mini Mardi Gras down there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, that's my only experience with like Mardi Gras-esque,
Mm.
experience. It's more pirates.
Was there any nudity at the Vancouver one?
In Vancouver,
Yeah, at the Pride Parade.
I saw men straight up wearing, like, have you ever wrapped a present? Just the bow.
Oh wow.
Imagine that,
just a
but on
bow
a man.
That's what I'm
in
wearing.
in a specific spot.
Just the bow.
Just the bow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it did cover up, surprisingly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a large bow.
But it
that's-
did not leave a lot to the imagination. You're like, okay.
Okay,
That's
well,
what's going on.
We know what's behind the bow.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you got your own like private little shindig. Did the parade go by?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, it was literally right by the road that the parade was going down. And it was like a pub, I think, with an opening that came out with like a little gated area. And it was looking out over the street. So
Yeah, I didn't.
I might be over explaining that.
I wasn't there with her. That's why I'm asking her these
Yeah,
questions.
she didn't go to Pride with me last year.
No, I don't think I was feeling good around June. I think last year in the summer I was having a lot of stomach issues. So this will be our first Pride together.
Yeah, she was planning on coming with us last year, but she just canceled last minute.
So what are you guys wearing this year?
I believe we're wearing those tie-dye shirts we're going to make.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
If
Okay.
they come out good.
Okay, so after we do this episode, we are making shirts, and if it goes well, like I was saying earlier,
Hopefully there will be
why are you shaking your head? No, it'll go well. It'll go well.
I'm shaking my head,
hopefully
yes.
there will be footage of the shirts being made, and then look, they're magically done again.
Yes, and hopefully it'll look great. It'll look great like this one. Yeah,
Yeah, we
So
can wear
you-
them on our next episode, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll still
If they don't look like,
it'll still be Pride Month.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a month of Pride, baby.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a month of Pride. Speaking of which, you have not been to a parade. You have not been to. You have a Pride event. It doesn't have to be a parade necessarily. Pride event
Oh.
in June.
Oh, specifically in June.
Yeah, during Pride Month, because that's usually when it's the biggest. Parade's not necessarily a parade, just like an event.
No. I
No
don't think I have.
Okay.
I think typically like the Pride events I've gone to have not been in June.
Has
I-
anybody ever noticed how much Jay says typically?
Well,
I typically don't notice.
I
that.
typically think Jay typically says it between.
I find it
Well,
more interesting.
something that is interesting.
I do.
Typically, the interesting things that I find are typically typical,
Topical.
topical.
Yes, I see.
Topical?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Well,
I think we were talking about what we were going to wear.
Yeah. So tie-dye shirts, probably some booty shorts.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
If you don't have booty shorts yet, Jay, you can get some. You have time.
Yeah.
I have some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some of the like the Daisy Dukes. Yeah.
Dukes of the Daisy.
So the dress code is tie-dye UnnaturalToSome shirts if it goes well. Otherwise, it's just going to say UnnaturalToSome and look really bad.
Is that the shirt you're wearing?
And booty shorts. So are you going to get some booty shorts?
Okay. I'm not really sure. Audience, what do you think? Just kidding. We don't have time to survey you. Man, I think if I was like in my physical prime, I wouldn't have issue wearing booty shorts, but Jay's gained some weight.
Just getting some weight.
No one wants to see like.
Oh, come on.
All
What
right,
happened?
fine. Cargo pants. Then,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess you
Cargo
can wear
shorts
cargo
is fine.
pants.
I don't know. I'll talk to the wifey, see what she thinks about Daisy Dukes.
No, you get some like.
Oh, we
you
were
know-
joking. We're joking, Jay.
Oh wait, no, for real though. You could not booty shorts, but you should get the chubby shorts. They have gay pride ones.
Oh, those are so cute.
The brand, yeah, our boyfriend has one. Has a pair.
Chubbies.
Yeah, chubbies. They're really good.
Chubbies.
Chubbies. They're a great
Chubbies.
board short or shorts to wear around the house for your boyfriend.
Chubbies. If you're looking for a new person to sponsor your material,
So you're gonna go for the short shorts too?
I might. I don't know anything about it. I need to see if these can get here in time. Hang on, let me just add them to the cart. Anyways, continue with
You might
your
get hit on.
podcast thing.
With your podcast thing, booty short. He's like, I got to order these booty shorts.
are you trying to get hit on at Pride?
So, my I have actually been to Pride. I haven't been to like, I've seen the parade go by, but I haven't actually participated in a parade. But I've been to a Pride event in Pensacola, Florida. Actually, I think I've been to 2 of them, and it's really nice. Like, especially with the smaller cities, because you see a lot more of your friends there, and you make a group of your friends and you get together. You go hit up like what you're doing. You go to a bar or a restaurant that's on like the street of the Pride event, and in Pensacola it would go through like the downtown Pensacola area, the town. I don't know. Have either of you been?
I mean, I've
downtown
been to Pensacola.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where all like the bars are up on the street. Pride parade goes down that way.
Okay.
And the event's all over there. So we were just like hopping all the bars, just hanging out and having fun. And it's just great seeing all the Pride flags, all the banners, all the flyers. They even did like an event where they did a film festival. I forgot exactly what they called it, but at nighttime they had a little film festival at that venue on the corner in downtown Pensacola, where they have a lot of bands, live bands and stuff. And it was really nice. Like, it wasn't like an adult film festival. It was just like people that are part of the community that are photographers or videographers or actors or actresses displaying their skills and coming together on projects.
Do you miss it? Pride in Pensacola?
A little bit. I did have some close friends there, and we did have a lot of fun during Pride. I definitely I felt passionate when I lived there about, fighting for trans rights. I wasn't as active as I could have been because I had my own struggles I was going through, and I wish I could go back and do more. But yeah, I do miss it sometimes. I'm excited to start going to the Pride events out here because I heard they're much different from Pensacola Pride or any Florida Pride in that matter.
So you're excited to go to Pride here. I am too. And
Yeah.
I'm excited for us to go together for the first time.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited that the first time that we're going together is the first time that I'm going with one of my friends in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
It's super exciting.
And you're bringing your wifey.
Yep.
It's f***ing awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Really is. Like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Pride.
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 So
Pride?
I'm the only one that has been to an event in America.
Mm-hmm.
Where we talked about a little bit of, the events that we've been to or haven't been to. But we still haven't gotten, like, what does Pride really mean to each one of us? What does it mean at its core? Not because of the event, not because of the month, but day to day, every day of your life, or even whenever you found out you were different. What did it mean to you? And I guess we can start with you, Jay. You haven't put your opinion in a second.
Hello. So, I mean, to me, it's all about just being able to be yourself, no matter what that is. If you want to be a unicorn, you can be a unicorn.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I am a unicorn.
What sound does a unicorn make?
Ooh, okay.
Hey, well,
That's the sound of a unicorn
I'm
dying.
never getting a pet unicorn.
Sounds
Is that
like,
all that means to you though? It's just
I think
being
it's like,
proud of who you are.
I mean,
yeah.
at its like at its value of a word.
Well, I think it's more than just a word. It's like being strong, being who you are no matter what people think. You know, not worrying about others' opinions. When someone gives you hate, you stand above it and you don't give into it. You don't fight back. You just like, it doesn't even bother me. Like sometimes I'm so proud of being who I am. Someone could call me a horrible slur. And I'm just like, that's, I hope you have a great day. Really, I do. And they'll be like, I really hate you. You're a terrible person. I'm like, but I honestly, I really hope you're having a good day. Like, I hope you have a great week. And I really hope whatever's bothering you at the moment, it fades soon. Because sometimes I just, like, that's how I feel. It's like, when you're proud, nothing can bother you. And that's what the celebration is about, is being as loudly proud as you can.
It's just being proud of who you are despite society trying to tell you otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
trying to tell you that it's not okay to be who you are and trying to hide that like deep down all the time. And Pride's the place where you should be able to go, be loud, and everybody there is like, yeah,
Exactly.
family, sister, brother,
Fist bump.
fist bump,
Unicorns,
unicorns.
no matter how they sound.
In my world, they do sound pretty messed up.
But yeah, pride. What does pride mean to me?
Yeah.
What does pride mean to me? You tell me.
I have no idea. Okay, I'm not you. What does it mean to you? Not just the word, but like it could be pride the event. That what does that mean to you? Or pride like
I mean, I kind of like what I was saying before. Pride, being prideful. It's being able to be loud about who you are, despite everything around you trying to silence you.
yeah.
Trying to live in a box all the time, trying to live in the right box all the time. Pride is a place where you don't have to worry about that.
Not at all. Yeah. It's just everyone being accepting. I guess that's another part of pride is just like acceptance and accepting. Like,
And I hope everyone is able to go out and celebrate Pride this year safely.
yes.
I know there's a lot of places right now that are canceling events, and not all places are probably the friendliest places to host a Pride event, but hopefully everyone at least has like a friend or something where they can go to and have like a little party at their house,
Yeah.
and
But get out there, be proud of who you are, be public about it. It's time to it's the month to be proud. It's the month to be out and about. And if you're coming out, if you're, you're thinking about the fact that you might be part of our community, this is the month to do it. This is like you will get overwhelmed by the amount of love that you will get when you come out in a month like this. It's a month to not be ashamed of who you are. because like no one should have to live in shame for just being who they want to be.
Unless you're into that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Unless you're a consenting adult with another consenting adult and you want to be shamed, then enjoy the shame.
Yes.
Shame on you. Obey Mistress Bangz. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah.
I don't. Who is spanking who?
So when two mommies love each other
Yeah.
really, really much,
They spank each other.
very, very much. I
Very,
said
very
really, really
lots?
much. Didn't
Very,
hit right.
Very, really, very much.
Really, really,
Lots.
really, really.
Really, really lots. When they love each other, really, really lots.
When two daddies and a mommy love each other very, very much.
That's all you're going to leave it at?
What?
You just smiled and shaked your shoulder.
When two pay piggies love a mommy really, really much, mommy has a good day.
I love
is-
that poem.
Oh, yeah. So with pride, obviously comes a lot of people being proud of being hateful and being more public about that. Now the question is, since we are partaking in a parade, have either of you thought about that? I know I talked to Jay about it personally, and they actually have added security at this parade.
Yeah. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So our podcast actually got invited by the Pride Board. So I had a few questions about like security and stuff. Just I know the climate of things. And yeah, they told me that they'll have hired security there, make sure everything goes over smoothly. End of the day, if someone wants to be kind of a dick, they can.
Yeah.
But I mean, it goes back to the golden rule that I talked about a couple episodes ago. You know, if you don't treat others the way that you want to be treated, then I'll punch you in the face.
No. You said it word for word like this. If you don't treat others like they want to be treated, punch them in the face.
Yeah. So,
Directly into the face, or like,
oh, you got.
are we advocating for violence?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we
Just
don't
cut this
have
out.
Once again, we do not advocate for violence here. He is just kidding, and we love you all. Refer to our disclaimers.
Anyways, I'm not super concerned or worried. We're going to kind of a smaller town pride parade. It's not like the big Seattle one.
Mm-hmm.
I know a member of the Pride Board. I've talked to her about it. So
Cool.
I think it's fine.
Sweet.
But do you think there's potential for people to be at risk, especially now with so much public hate being out there,
So
and and trans people being brought up in politics so much now?
yeah. So you do have to keep in mind, my day-to-day job is an engineer. So like there is no such thing as zero.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be some sort of percentage of something bad happening. And I think that goes back to what pride means to us. Like we can't like live in fear. We cannot, oh, I don't think we should like go outside. I think we should bunker down inside the house, because then that's not being loud and proud, being who you are. You're letting them win if the fear overtakes you. So yeah, let's go have a good time and report back.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm definitely excited. I'm always I don't know. I've always been nervous about any kind of public event, even, before I transitioned and everything, because there's just like throughout our whole entire childhood, there's always been like some kind of report of like shootings and stuff, and it just scares me. And I think that just comes with being an American now, which is sad. It's so sad because that's where I'm at, where like I want to go to a public event and I want to go enjoy myself, but in the back of my head I have to think about that.
I think that's just our daily lives in general. I know a couple of weeks ago I had a coworker who she had to kind of be on call with her. She has, I think, about 3 tiny little children. There was a gas station shooting close to the school where one of her children.
Oh my goodness.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and she was like, I think I might have to go because, you know, they've kind of like,
Yeah,
they're on lockdown and
she's worried.
they might cancel school. So I mean, that's not even anything to do with pride or the community or anything like that. That's a very typical day-to-day
American fear.
American fear. I mean, I don't want to say typical everyday American fear, but that's someone just going about their day-to-day lives and having to deal with a shooting.
Yeah,
So
it's just so not normal.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know?
Our country's full of guns. There's so many guns now.
yeah.
I know. Like they always.
Yeah.
Well.
All those guns.
All the guns.
Oh.
What are you going to do with all these guns?
All these muscles.
Oh, come and get him. Kidding.
But yeah, anything else we want to talk about pride related?
I mean, I'm excited about going, and I'm excited about getting to make those T-shirts. Like, I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited for all the Bud Light.
Oh, wait, I don't drink Bud Light. Actually, like
Yeah, me either.
I love the fact that major companies are like in public support of our community, but like at the same time, Bud Light tastes like freaking water.
Yes, I agree. I have always hated Bud Light. However, now with your recent marketing campaign, I will personally buy more Bud Light. It is working.
I did notice ever since they did invest in the community and start like supporting us, the taste did start tasting better. It tastes really good.
I think their sales are up, actually.
Yeah, they improved the taste.
They made it sweeter? Or is it sweeter because they support us now? And so many people hate Bud Light. And that's what makes it so sweet.
Oh, it's people are sipping and like, I love the fact that you hate me. So sweet.
But their sales are up because now you're getting more people buying them, both because of their recent support and then also because Kid Rock is buying them just to shoot them.
See, even
What's up?
Bud Light has to worry about being shot.
Like the cans.
Not where I was
Yeah.
going with that, but yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's not safe to be Bud Light can anymore.
I remember back in my day when it just wasn't safe to be a watermelon.
Watermelon.
I remember back in my day when people didn't just take their beer out back and shoot it. They poured one out for their homies.
I still do it.
I'm just saying, ever since Bud Light came out as gay, they have been tasting great. I tried one the other day, phenomenal. Like you know how Skittles taste a rainbow? When I was drinking that fucking Bud Light, I was tasting the rainbow. Sorry, Skittles. Bud Light might have to steal that from you.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, really, seriously.
I just
Taste the rainbow.
think you're drinking different Bud Light than I am.
Well, then you're not drinking the gay Bud Light.
Taste the rainbow.
That wraps up our conversation today. We talked about a few things. I'm glad you stayed tuned up until this point. Please follow us on our social medias, Twitter, Instagram.
We have Discord. If you want to follow us on Discord, join our community. We We post pictures in there and memes and stuff and hang out and yeah. Links down below if you want to join.
You can buy us a coffee on Ko-fi.
Yes, and don't forget to click that bell icon down below. It will give you an update when we drop a new video. You always want to stay tuned on that because we're always talking about some good stuff here.
And remember to always be yourself, no matter how kinky it is. Jay Wheeler.
Don't forget, we love you all. It's your girl, Jenny Bangz. I'm signing off.
Until next time, I'm Nikki Sapphire.